They've been tested early in the season already. They had that type of game experience. And they showed that they weren't going to give up and weren't going to go away. And I thought, our players did well. It was a great first test for us against a top 10 opponent. So I think we play everybody in the top 10. So we'll learn a lot from that. I think it'll be great game film to review and talk and, kind of see where we're at, after a long preseason and a couple games, and now it's time to really buckle down in the next couple weeks playing a bunch more top 10s with some other very good teams thrown in the mix. And, we're just happy to get out of there with a W against a very good Virginia team.
Coach, you guys fell behind 4-1. You called a timeout. What did you tell the team in the huddle? Because it seemed like that was a big turning point, and you guys got on a roll after that.
You just tell them to play the game. And I think that was – we were doing a little bit of standing and watching and not really driving hard to the net and making things happen, but just kind of floating out there on the offensive end of the field. And, that and Kayla Kempney got hot on the draw. That combination allowed us to fight back, and I think we went up 5-4, and, it was great.
Kayla, you obviously had that nasty collision. Are you okay? What happened on the play? And you obviously played pretty well after that, 3 goals. How did that change your mindset the rest of the game?
Yeah, it was a good play. We were just both going really hard for the ball, and it was just a collision. I hit my thigh, but yeah, I'm fine. So.
Did that change your mindset at all? I mean, you came back with 3 goals in the span of 2 minutes. Did that kind of fire you up at all, or?
I think just the time running out and close game fires everyone up, and yeah.
Coach, UVA was able to get 8 free positions as opposed to year 1. What were they doing offensively to sort of force those fouls?
We'll watch the game film, but they were getting a lot of shooting space calls. Who knows? I didn't think some of them were shooting space, but that's just me. We'll look at the film and we'll make some adjustments. And it seemed like a focus point, and they were making that call. So we'll look at it and make some adjustments, because, some games it'll be the focus and other games it won't be.
Would you have liked to do anything different offensively to try and get more than just 1 free position?
I think there could have been opportunities for a couple more free position. We just got to drive hard to get the goal and we get that chance. But other than that, I thought the players did a great job of keeping their head up. 9 assists on 14 goals. That doesn't happen very often. They slid to help on the Dodger, and we found the open players. So I thought that side of things we did a great job.
Kayla, there was a point in the game where you threw 3 or 4 fakes, and you looked at the ref. Well, what happened there?
I'm not actually sure what play you're talking about.
It was earlier in the game. I know you looked at the ref. I was wondering if you were trying to draw a shooting space, because I know there's a defender in front of you.
Probably that was what happened, but she was playing good defense, so.
Kelsey, I know you'll look at the 13 goals, but you had 7 big saves second half to kind of keep you guys, ahead the rest of the way. Does that, when the game's that close, does that give you extra motivation or kind of pump you up, in between the pipes?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. Our defense was playing well. Our offense was playing well. I just really wanted to make sure that we had all the opportunities that we could to keep that lead and, secure the win. So, yeah, it definitely gave me more motivation.
I know you had 8 free positions to face. Do you kind of try to get into a zone in those situations and just kind of clear everything, or what do you do in a place like that?
Yes and no. I mean, I try to get in the zone for the whole game, but free positions are definitely different. I just try and watch the ball, and I watch film on the shooters, so I kind of know their tendencies and just kind of react to the ball where the ball comes out.
For Mallory, defensively, you guys gave up a few leads, and then in the end finally came through at the end. So just what's it like emotionally going through a game like that? Through the ups and downs and through the frustrations and.
Yeah, I mean, lacrosse, like Coach always says, is a game of runs. So, the team goes up by a couple, we need to make sure we're balancing. So that's always our goal. If they get up by a couple, we need to make a stop. Offense needs to score just to keep the balance going. That's the goal.
And what's kind of like the sense of relief at the end when Erica finally made that last
stop? Oh, yeah. I thought I was going to have a heart attack. And the feeling went away, so. Yeah.
And for Coach, defensively, what do you think of the overall performance? Stopping Liza and Kelly. How do you think they did?
We just focused on playing good team defense, and we'll tweak some things. It was tough when they kept getting 8-meter opportunities. It took us a little bit out of our focus on our defense, trying to make the adjustment to stay out of it, and. Like you said, we'll watch the game film. We'll get better. They're a very good team, Final Four team from last year, and it's a great opportunity to learn, and that's what we'll take out of this game.
And in the huddles at the end, it looked like you only had one huddle rather than normal two, and Reggie was talking. What was you talking about? Defensively to try and make a stop.
We knew what we had to do. We made some mental errors. We went out, swinging with 2 minutes left, and just be a little smarter. Well, like I said, we'll watch the film. Told them to focus, play our defense, watch for the Blue and Bachlet and those players. Focus on them because they're going to want to get them back in the game, and that's kind of what you do. You coach them up in the huddle, and I thought Reggie did a good job, and we got that turnover when we needed it. It was good.
Hallie, I know you had a nice connection with Devin. You found her twice in the second half, but do you kind of feel like you're really in sync with the rest of the attacks, on the offense already, only 3 games into this, 4 games now into the season?
Yeah, I think, I think we have great chemistry out there, the attack unit, and that's something we practice every day at practice. So, me and Devin are used to playing with each other, and I think we connect really well, and just the overall chemistry of the attack working really well together.
There's a play you guys have run, and Kayla fake dumping into your stick. Was that called or improvised?
Improvised. We mess around, so, just trying some different look.
Just for any of you guys, really, starting ACC play, obviously, you face your toughest opponents of the season now coming up. What's that feeling like, kind of getting into the meat of conference play after those first couple of games?
It's exciting to play at ACC. It's a great conference, and I think this was a good test for us, and will help us in the future when we're playing, other top 10 teams in the ACC.
Coach, did you see UVA throw anything different to guard Kayla? Because I know Canisius kind of threw everything at her.
No, I think they tried to deny her the ball a little bit, limit her possessions, but they weren't in a total shutoff situation. They focused on good team defense, and I thought they did a nice job, and they got some stops as well. And the good thing is we got on a few runs and had some great opportunities, scored on most of them when we needed them, and then we clean up a couple things, and hopefully we finish the game a little better in the future.
How do you think you took advantage of some double teams that came up when you drew players?
Yeah, it's like I said, we have 9 out of the 14 goals assisted, and that comes from when there's a quick double slide, you spin the ball, you move the ball, you find the open player, and I think that part of our offense we did well. I think we could do a little better job of spinning the ball into a dodge, spin it into another dodge, and we'll work on that.
For Mallory, I think toward the end there was a timeout when you were coming off the field, and I think you were talking to Kaylee O'Connor, showing her how to defend. Was there a strategy there, and what were you talking about late in the game?
No, we were just talking just with limiting the fouls and how to be smarter with placing our bodies as, say, they're throwing into the 8. Effectively using our bodies, we're not getting called for those fouls, and leaving Kelsey with a pretty wide open shot there.
There was a timeout, Coach Gait, and I think you took Kelly Cross's stick and were showing them something. What were you showing them?
I can't remember. Just wanted to get on the field and putt.
And for Kelsey, in a game like that, it's going back and forth. How do you kind of stay composed with you and the defense? Trying to hold on to the lead late.
Yeah, I mean, sorry. It was a game of runs, like Mallory said, and it goes back and forth, but it's exciting, So you just got to kind of have a short memory, and if the ball goes in, it goes in. You got to get the next one. Our offense was putting it into the net, so we had to get some stops on our end, and I think that we balanced really well, and that's why we came out with the win today. So I mean, it's really exciting, and it's definitely not going to be the last game that's like that. So you just kind of get used to it, and you got to roll with punches.